morning, my name's Denise Pye and I'm from Be More Yoga and Fitness. I just thought I'd extend the invite for you to join me on a recording, just doing a 30-minute yoga stretch. Sometimes it's not all about the big power yoga and the flow, sometimes it's just about stretching that body off and just really going with the flow. So for this practice today, there is no specific way. I don't have a plan or a program. I'm just going to see how my body wants to move, moving down through the shoulders and the hips, the quads, the calves and the ankles today. So it's not pre-planned, it's just how yoga should be. It should be the flow. But to start off with, obviously I want to just do a little bit of mobilisation. So something a little bit different. You just a long length of your mat, okay? And just place your knees up. Instead of sitting in a cross-legged position, just hug your knees, okay? And take a big deep breath, inhale. Extend that, lengthen that spine and push through the breath through your torso. Just allowing the shoulders to move away from your ears. One more time, breathe in. And out. You're just pushing the breath through the body. If you can sit like that, it would be helpful. And all we're going to do is place the hands behind. And we're just going to give them shoulders a lovely stretch. So just stretch out the front of your chest. Bring the shoulder blades in. Just breathing nice and evenly. Head could be back. Or it could be up. Wherever you feel most relaxed. And then I'd like to place the soles of the feet on the floor. And we're just going to do the same, lifting up, okay? So we're just lifting the hips and the glutes up into a half table. So breathe in. And then push those shoulder blades back. If this feels rather uncomfortable, just do it for a second and then drop. We're just really opening the shoulders. And release. And then place your feet on the floor, your ankles on the floor, and you're now in upright position. So take an inhale up, and an exhale, just forward fold. And just as the first stretch, so just see where the stretch takes you. Because a little later on, you'll probably have gone a few more inches further down, or even if it's millimetres. Stay there. Just allow your head to drop. And take an inhale up. Exhale, slowly move down, really making sure you pull the abdomen in. And give yourself a lovely stretch. Breathe evenly. And then the next breath in, see if you can just keep your glutes on the floor and just work through your abdomen. If you need to use your elbows, that's fine, or your hands. Just see what you can do. So inhale up. Exhale, forward. Forward. And again, inhale up. And using the abs, pulling all the way down. Giving that full stretch out. Last one, take a breath in up. And forward, forward. Gone a little bit lower there, haven't you? And come in. Now, so place your right leg, okay, foot right into your pubic bone there, okay? Keeping the toe up, take an inhale up, exhale, forward, fold. Just grabbing hold of your toe, just seeing if we can just open those hips slightly. Really move. forward if you can. And up. Change. Just really working towards opening those hips. Push up. And forward. Come up. So we've really worked on working the back here, all the way up. Then we'll start work on the hips and just moving the shoulders. So as we come back up, we're going to do a little bit more shoulder work. So twist round, come into a cat-cow position, shoulders just above the ankles, and take a breath in. Take an inhale in, hold that spine there, head up. And on the exhale, roll the abdomen into the back, so your belly into the back, head down, shoulders over. 3 more times, inhale. And exhale. And again. And up now. Last one. And over. Come back into tabletop. Okay, take your right hand, just thread it through. If you could place the top of your cheekbone on the floor, and your hand, if it wants, can come in wherever it wants, sit down, just stretching the front of the shoulder and the back here. And I'll show you the other side in a minute. Just stay where you are, breathe in. And then come up and do the same. So left hand all the way through, just your cheek or your cheekbone on, and just allow that stretch over the top of your shoulders and back. And it feels pretty good. And come up. Now I'd like to just place your knees slightly apart with your toes together. Okay, so you can go far off your mat if you want. I've got a mat underneath mine. And I want you to place your hands a little bit further and just sit back, open your hips. So a really good stretch for your hips. So some people can only do that. Some people can move forward and do that. Okay, whatever you want to open your hips. The main aim is that you really stretch your hips. And you can do it by planting your face on the floor or your chest. You also get a nice back stretch if you go this way. If you want to, you can just go into this position and stretch down. Opening the inside of your groin, hips. And then place your hands up, place your legs in. Lower to the ground. Place the front of your forearm on the floor. Take an inhale up and hold. On the next breath, look left. And then to the middle. And then right. And then to the middle. Return back to this position. And place your hands onto the side of the chest. And if you can, push up. All the way up into a cobra position. If you struggle, you just need to be there, that's fine. If you can go up all the way, lovely, and hold. From this position, place your toes into your mat and lift up into a downward dog. Just off my mat at the moment. Pulling your hips right the way up so you've got a nice V sign. A V there. And just making sure your chest is moved towards your knees and just holding that position. Okay, and then let's just stretch all the way through, bending each knee so you get a lovely stretch in calf and Achilles. But a real good test that you're not putting any pressure on your head is just to wiggle your head and your neck. Okay, just making sure that it's not contracting anywhere. Okay. And then just come into the plank position. Okay. Now you've got an option. You can either come with me and really pull up and stretch, or you can place that knee on the floor and stretch like that. Up to you. So really pull up. If you're going to come up right into the hips and stretch, just remember the left knee can go down, just giving you that support. And if you want to go any higher, you can just go into a tree and hold. And then bring it all the way back forward. Lower all the way down. You can use your knees if you want. And take an inhale up into a cobra, or you could do a half one like we said before. And then lower. And then come back up into the downward dog, pulling the hips all the way up. And then just stretching back through the calves. You don't necessarily have to put both feet down, it's really not a problem. Just walking them through, keeping that stretch going. Keeping the breathing going. Sorry, mine's a bit noisy, I've got a little bit of a blocked nose. Doesn't stop you from doing yoga though, probably makes me feel better. And then we're going to go back into plank again. Okay, so I'm just going to turn away from you because we're going to do the right side plank. Okay? Option, right knee on the floor, or left leg, or come with me. Just stretch all the way up. And if you want to, place yourself into a tree, making sure you're pulling those hips right the way up. Big stretch up. Roll it back over. Lower to the floor and just relax. Now we're going to work on the shoulders a little bit more now. Just put a little bit of pressure on them so we need to stretch. So both hands out to the side, arms facing down. Now put your left cheek, okay, on the floor. Keeping your right hand out, so your left hand out to the side. Take your right hand, place it right in front of your face and your shoulders. Okay, so make sure your feet are nice and together. And all we're going to do is use this hand to breathe in and push, rolling over the side. Bear in mind, to this hand, it's flat on the floor, so we're going to open the shoulder joint. So breathe, and then stay like that. This hand can go anywhere it wants. We're in a nice line. And my shoulder joint is open, my hand's flat on the floor, straight out. If you want to go that bit further, you can put the top foot over, roll slightly back, and hold. So you've got this version. I'm going to do the other side if you wish to look again. Now, the good thing about the video is if you're not sure, you can just look through it, rewind, and keep checking that you're doing it right. Really good stretch. And then bring your foot back, take a breath in, and roll it back over. Take your time. Place this hand out, side. Put your right cheek on the floor, take your left hand, push it in front of your face. Okay? Keep yourself in a very tight, straight position and roll over again. Okay? You'll see that. Hold. And then if you want to, you can place the left foot behind to give it the even deeper stretch. And then bring it all the way back. Okay, take a breath in, lift up, into Cobra. Put your toes into the mat, keep going off the mat, and bring up into Downward Dog. Just going to come back on the mat. Just trying to get in focus for you. Okay, now not many people can always bring the foot through, so my suggestion is I want to get into a high lunge. So the way I would do it was I would take the left leg, right leg up, and I'd bring it all the way up into a high lunge. If you struggle with that, okay, put your knees on the floor and come up and lift up into a high lunge. If you don't, come with me. So take your right leg up in the air, just hold, just getting a little bit of height on the toes. Okay, and bring that through. Okay, to a high lunge. Take an inhale, come up. And if you can only be there, that's absolutely fine. If you want to be a bit higher, breathe and hold into this position. So you're probably wondering where the stretch is going to come from. We're going to do a low stretch, which is easy for you to hold on. So now bring your hands there, drop your head so it's nice. Okay, now all I'm going to ask you to do, and it's up to you, is straighten that leg, and then breathe out and bend it. Straighten it, and breathe out, bend it. If you can't straighten it fully, that's fine, just go with what you can. Straighten it, and breathe out, and then straighten, and breathe out. Now, you're going to see the back of me in a minute because we're going to twist around, like so, and then I'm just going to drop all the way to the floor for a lovely stretch of the inside of the thigh. If you want to, you can just be here, 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 here. So the gravity will take you to the bottom, with the balls of the feet taking most of the weight, and you just have that balance on your heels. So this is the forward fold, and just breathe in. And if you want to, you can place your hands there or there. Not a nice sight for you, I'm sure, but I'm just showing you the best way to do it. And hold. Now allow the body to relax into it, the blood will rush to the head, and the body will slowly go a bit further down. You can be wherever you want, you might be here, 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 here. It's really about you. And then take an inhale, come up. Okay, now twist the left foot to the front, so you've got that high lunge. Just like that before. Use the back to balance. If you're struggling, you need to bring it in, back out. Take a breath in. Stay here if you want to. If you want to go higher, and hold. Stay there, just breathing nicely. And come back down. So we are where we are from before, neck nice and loose. Okay, we're just going to straighten the legs, so breathe in. And then out. You can rock forward if it helps, breathe in. And out. Breathe in. Straighten that leg, and out. Breathe in. And out. And then now, can you just bring the right leg, the back leg up to the front. Take an inhale up. And exhale, arms out. Okay, so there you've got some lovely stretches of the back of the leg and the glutes. Now we're going to start working the front of the hip flexors. So what we started on before, where we open the hips, we're going to do some work there. So to the top of your mat, take an inhale up and exhale, forward fold. Okay, if you need to soften your knees, you can do. And just allow your head to wobble again. Place your hands where it's most comfortable. So we're just going to work at stretching a bit more of the back and the IT band of the side. Very good if you're a sports person. So bend your right leg, keep your left straight, pushing the hip back. Take the left hand, bring it out on the breath, and look flat. Breathe evenly once you've breathed out, and just take that time to look up. Then you take the stretch all the way down the side. Just breathe in. And then release. Okay, and take the left leg, bend it. Right leg nice and straight, pushing it back. Take that right hand up, inhale up. And get that lovely IT band stretch. And lower back to the front. Okay, now bend your knees, take your left foot back into that high lunge like before, but this time drop the knee to the low lunge and the forefoot. Okay, take an inhale up and just come up onto your hips. Now we're just going to look at working through the hips there. So take a breath in, push forward. So what I would suggest is if you're here, it's harder to get a hip stretch. If you move your foot a little bit further here, it's easier to get that stretch. So take an inhale up, palms facing each other, and stretch through and hold. Keeping that stretch, lovely. Now we're going to place the hands behind the back, clasp them, push them all the way down to the bottom, open the shoulders, giving yourself a lovely shoulder stretch. Breathing evenly, just taking in the surroundings and just holding. All your emotions are in these hips. I need to work with them. And then release. And then place your hands on the floor. If you need blocks because you can't reach the floor, then get some. Take the right hand, okay, and then sweep it up on the breath. Inhale up. And we get the inside of the left thigh stretch, including a little bit at the outside of the glute. Give yourself that lovely stretch. If you feel that your head's a bit sore, your neck, just drop like that. It's really not a problem. You don't have to follow it up with your eyes. And then release. Now we're just going to work with the hamstring. So all I want you to do is extend the toe up, straighten the front leg, and you have a hamstring curl. Just hold that there, okay? Stretching all the back, including the glute area, and just lower yourself to wherever you can. And hold. Any progression, you could move forward and lower yourself into a little bit further, like a half split. But if you don't want to, bring yourself back to where you were and stretch. Now put your foot back down, lift up, inhale up, and then take the left foot back to the front. Inhale up, exhale and breath. Now you should have felt that here, all the way around here, lovely stretch and a nice work on the front of the hips. Okay, so don't worry, we are going to finish off on the floor in this half an hour. I think it's a really good one to do. If you have a half an hour every day, it'd be nice. Take an inhale up, exhale, flex over, all the way down to the floor. And just hold. This time bend your knees, take your right leg back. So you're into that high lunge like you were before, but drop the knee, drop the foot, take an inhale up, and release. Next level, inhale up, push the hip forward, and hold. Real simple stretching, working all the front here and here, just keeping yourself nice and toned, and hold. Okay, place your hands on the floor, or blocks if you need it. Take the left hand, take an inhale up, all the way through the stretch. Relax. Again, head problems, neck problems, just look forward. And bring them back down. Now go straight to the front foot, toe up, and then work into the hamstring curl. Again, if you want to go progress, We're going to go into a half split. Move forward with this leg, back with that, and drop yourself into a high split. Just release, just relax. And place the forefoot on the floor. Take the back foot up and in. All the way to the front, take an inhale up. And exhale. Okay, some lovely stretches there for you. And we've just got a few minutes to do some work on the floor on your hips. So again, this is pretty basic stuff with just some regressions and progressions and just 30 minutes of a stretch that might help you for the morning. So we're just going to lie down, soles of the feet on the floor. Okay, and shoulders nice on the floor and palms on the floor as well. So on the next breath, we're going to lift up, tilt the hips, engage the glutes, tilt the hips, engage the glutes, and just allow those hips to be stacked, nice and level, no tilt, back up, hold. Now, to create a little bit more of the shoulders, shimmy the shoulders underneath and clasp the hands. Get a lovely shoulder stretch up and hold. And release. Bring those shoulders back to where they were. And breathe. We're just going to do another stretch on the top of your hips, just using a bit of balance to help us. So take a breath in, lift up. Hold. And take the right leg up. Now this right leg must be straight. Doesn't matter how low it is. It just must be straight and must keep the hips nice and high. And hold. Okay. And you want to shake a little bit, don't worry. Just take its time. If you need to come down, you can. And release. Now try and keep the hips up if you can, so lower them in between. And the left leg up, straighten, giving a lovely stretch across those hips. And release. And lower. Now the good thing, I'm not facing the camera at the moment, because I just want you to extend your knees. Grab your toes if you can, if not your ankles, and just open your hips into a happy baby pose, giving your hip flexors a lovely stretch. Breathing evenly. We're nearly there in our half-hour stretch. And breathe. Taking the stretch deep into the groin and the hip flexors. And come back. Place the soles of the feet on the floor. Place your hands out to the side. Flat palms. Breathe in. Drop your legs to the left and up to the right for a lovely, lovely twist. And hold. I always just want to shut my eyes when I'm lying down. And then come back. And again, drop to the right. And then come back. Bring your knees in. And just massage your back. You've done your stretches. And place your legs out to front. Arms nice and stretched. Just a nice relaxing stretch. We are going to come up. I'm only doing 30 minutes, and if you're doing it in the morning, you don't want to be too relaxed so that you can't function. You just want to know that your body is fit for the day. And then place your hands to the side. Now you can roll up from the side or the front. I'm just going to come and face you. Now cross-legged. Place my hands, lovely, lovely knees. Take a breath in. Exhale, back through. And last one in. And down through. Place my hands. And rest. So I hope you enjoyed the 30-minute yoga stretch. You can do that in the morning or the night. If you're going to do it in the night, maybe take 5 minutes to just lie there relaxing. If it's in the morning, make sure you get yourself up slowly so that you can feel the results of it for the day. Thank you so much for your time. Look out for my yoga nidra and also my yogic breathing, which might help you with stress and anxiety. Thank you.